For those of you who don't know, I am Milk, and this is Milkstrology. And today we're going to be doing an October tarot reading for your Zodiac sign. Happy Halloween! Hello, this reading is for my cardinal signs, Aries, Capricorn, Libra, and Cancer. You can apply your Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, all of that, but I would prefer you apply your Moon sign, the Emperor, the Tower, and the Magician. We also have, from another deck, Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles reversed, and Death reversed. This month you're a little jaded. I think you've been stagnant or you've been at a standstill for quite some time in your life around certain goals or certain things that you wish to accomplish, and I think that you know that you've been a bit limited or you've been a bit stagnant, but you've held out some kind of hope around you doing the right thing, or you carrying on extra weight, or you being helpful to others is going to kind of be reciprocated at some point. And I feel like as you've navigated through this time period, you're kind of realizing that if you want things to change, you have to do them yourself. I think you also need to stop putting a lot of energy on other people or how other people I feel like you're depending on other people in a way to fix your problems, and the truth is they're not going to be fixed by anyone but yourself. This is a month where you do have to kind of find your voice and find your footing, and I think you have to be more vocal with people about your boundaries. I think you have to still maintain optimism around the goals that you want, but I also feel like you are actively staying stagnant when you know that you need to move forward. I feel like there might have been some money issues this month that have popped up for you, or maybe certain things within your career have been stressing you out. Maybe you feel overextended with your colleagues or overextended with your boss, and I think because of this you're kind of reaching a point of frustration. And I think maybe for some of you the biggest thing you're going to notice is a career change this month. Maybe you're going to notice dealing with your money differently, dealing with your finances differently. Things that used to work for you are no longer working, and I think it was easy to stay ignorant or close your eyes to certain situations until you realized that you're the only way that things are going to change. I think maybe you were thinking if you were so nice to people that they're going to, I don't know, how do I say this? Every time you've extended your energy towards someone, they've only taken. And I think as much as you want to keep this dynamic up, it's almost like there's this inevitable change that has to happen this month, and you need to let go. You need to be flexible, especially with eclipse season literally on your angles if you are a rising cardinal sign. But this is a period of time where I think you're accepting that you can no longer people please, and even if you do people please, it doesn't get you a badge of honor. So it's like time to start changing your dynamics, or start being more vocal, but that you don't have to, you can be vocal or you can put your foot down without being cryptic or without being jaded. And I think that's going to be like a balancing act for you this month of like trying to find your footing around being able to be there for others to an extent, but also make sure you're able to help yourself. And I think I don't know, it's kind of like you're respecting yourself more, and I think that's setting the tone for how other people are treating you. Like, you're not allowing a lot of things that you used to let slide, and I think you're reaching a point where it's just like, I'm gonna set the tone for how I deserve to be treated based on how I'm beginning to treat myself, and people around me are either gonna act accordingly or they're gonna leave. And I think that's where you're at this month. Let me pull a few more cards for cardinal signs, just because I see major transformations, but I'm also kind of like, okay, all I see is like maybe your money changing this month or your job. But let's dig a little deeper. Yeah, so it's definitely a money change this month. I have Five of Pentacles here. I also have the Hierophant, and I have Temperance reversed. So I think, oh, and Nine of Cups. So I think that you're realizing that something's not working for you, but that it doesn't have to be a closed door. I think you're realizing that you have other options and you can do other things, and you're not just like pigeonholed in one specific area of your life, and you don't have to be content with mediocrity, basically. Like, you don't have to stay in an area that doesn't serve you based on just being comfortable there, because sometimes just because you're comfortable doesn't mean you're in a healthy situation. And I do think you feel really just drained. I think you feel a little bit lost because you're like navigating that things that you maybe really wanted for a while are no longer working for you, and so you're like, how can I fix things to better serve me? But yeah, I feel like the biggest thing that you're navigating this month is just like, one, your money, but two, you're also navigating like how to still be soft in a world that kind of just wants to make you feel hard. Like, it makes you want, there's many situations that you're kind of facing right now where you're just like at your limit, and I think you're trying to extend a lot of patience to people who might not necessarily deserve it, but I think you're also remembering yourself this time. Like, this is a month where you're not just putting yourself on the back burner to be the good person or to be the nice person, because I think you're realizing like you can be good and nice and still not like put yourself on the back burner, or still not neglect yourself. Like, you're just as valid as other people, and I think that's something that you're embracing this month. So also, this is a huge month for you guys astrologically, and I have a lot of content on Patreon about that if you wanted to check it out. I even have free content about that on my Patreon right now, about things you're releasing this month. So if you want to check that out, I also do readings there too. So if you're like, Milk, what's the astrology of this month? I will give you a reading. Oh my god, I feel like a piece of hair on my lip. This is for my fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. This reading is for you. So I have the Moon card. I also have the Magician reversed card. So emotions are high, and your headspace is a little negative this month. Okay, but I also have the Star card. So like something really positive is gonna happen this month, but I feel like you, as dramatic as it sounds, maybe mentally you're just like at your limit, and it's almost like you lose a lot of faith in humanity, and then you get some really great news. And when I say lose faith in humanity, I mean like someone cuts you off in traffic and you like cryptically, I'm like, I lost faith in humanity, not like the actual sky's falling. Then I have the Hangman, which, can we appreciate that it's Spike? And then Justice, which is Angel, which I would reverse the two, but anyways, Justice, Judgment. Oh my god, there's a lot here. And also, I did only pull Buffy's Major Arcana because they like changed all the names and meanings for Minor Arcana, and I'm too lost in the sauce for that, so I'm just gonna do this. Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hermit. Okay, so let's make sense of this. Okay, so you start this month the same as any month. You feel very frustrated with something, or you feel very defeated with something, and I think that you're acknowledging that you're just not where you want to be. And I also get the sense that let me pull some more minor cards because okay, so I feel like you have been trying to maybe be there for a friend of yours, and you're always trying to make yourself available to them, or you're always trying to show up for them, but it has led you to feel very drained in terms of being there for yourself. I feel like you've been kind of at a standstill with your productivity or with where you want to be at this month in terms of your personal goals, because a lot of your energy and time has been kind of sucked away in some spaces. And I think I don't necessarily think that you're in this like negative headspace, but I think you're just in this very stuck headspace. Like the first few weeks of October, I feel like you're just kind of like, is this, like, I feel like I'm living every day on repeat. Like I feel like that's your headspace. But then I do think that there's something towards the end of the month, or the middle of the month even. With the Star and the Wheel of Fortune here, I almost feel like you have to confront something in order to get something better in your life. So it's like you're staying in one space, maybe feeling a little cryptic, maybe feeling a little worn out. Maybe you're exasperated with your friend group, but you don't know how to tell them. Maybe you feel overextended with your work. Maybe you feel like you don't have any time for yourself. I feel like there's just like this like exasperation, and then towards the middle of the month, I think you kind of put your foot down and you're like, hey, so enough. Like I think you're just kind of ready to talk to people and carve out space and time for yourself if you feel like at the moment there isn't any. And then the weird part about it is, it's like, even though that is nerve-wracking for you, the minute you do it, I feel like everything starts to get so much easier or so much lighter for you. It's almost like everyone's just like, oh yeah, of course. Like, and then, I don't know, I feel like you're not someone that likes to make a big deal of things or make a lot of fuss for yourself. So when you actually do, I think that people are very receptive to you. And I think there's some kind of positivity that comes from this. Like I think you taking time to dabble in a new hobby, or maybe you go on a date. Like there's something around you pushing yourself to do something that is forward moving at the end of the month, that doesn't leave you in the same kind of like, you know, being single but then spending all of your weekend in bed kind of situation. Like there's something around the end of the month where you, excuse my dog, where you're encouraged to basically restructure everything that you're experiencing. And I think it's like a helpful change. So the beginning of the month, use that time to reflect. This dog, I swear. Use that time to reflect, and then towards the end of the month, I think it's going to be a helpful time to take action, both tarot-wise and astrologically. But I also get the impression too that maybe you're just moving away from certain dynamics. Like maybe you're just over putting a lot of energy into things or people that just drain you. Like you're ready to start putting your energy towards spaces that feel like you walk away feeling recharged. Like I think you're just over the same status quo. You need something different in your life this month, and I think you gain the courage to actually do something about it in a sense. So yeah, that was a little wordy. I hope you guys stuck with me, and I hope that was helpful. I know it's kind of vague, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of these cards were not very specific, so this could be like every area of your life because it is eclipse season. So you could be feeling like major stagnant energy and then change in your job, in your personal life, in your family life. Like it just, everything could be recalibrating right now, and I think it's important to just kind of let it happen and also actively make things happen too. If you feel like you want something to be different, you want a situation to be adjusted, this is the time to do it. Predictably, I'm saying predictably because astrologically that it aligns with this tarot reading. Mutable signs are chilling this month. Even though it's eclipse season, mutable signs are the least impacted. So people with lots of mutable energy in their chart, angles, inner planets, everything, you're not going to be feeling a lot of these restructuring, funky, transformative themes that a lot of people will be embracing during eclipse season. So you have the High Priestess, the World, Sun, and the Moon. So I think this is a month of actually, mutable signs are doing like cute, cozy things this month. They're just kind of chilling. They're just relaxing. And even though it's not a big month, both in the tarot cards and astrologically, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's good to have a break. Now, if you are a mutable moon, but you have a lot of fixed or cardinal everything else, disregard this reading because you're not having a chill, cozy month. Not to say that everyone else is not having a chill, cozy month, but you're probably having the chillest and coziest month. And this month is ultimately about doing what pleases you, being emotionally aligned with yourself, but also expressing it outwardly in a way that feels very easy. People are receiving you well. People are taking notice of how relaxed you are. People are maybe gravitating towards you more. You do also have the World, so it could feel like there's a lot of events happening, a lot of really great things happening that you're excited about, or you're, you know, looking forward to pursuing. It could be like all of your books and movies are coming out this month. Like me. No, I'm just kidding. But it just feels like this is a very easy month to delegate or like move through. Maybe like work is going smooth, you're decorating for fall, everything is just good vibes. Let's pull some minor arcana, although I can't help if Major falls out. Okay, well, I got the World reversed with this deck, so even though I got the World upright with the other deck, maybe it's just there's still going to be some funky vibes because of it's eclipse season. Queen of Swords reversed too. Be easy with how you say things. You might get yourself in trouble with how you communicate something. And I don't think you mean to. I just think sometimes when people have their guard lowered, they're relaxed, they're more chill, they're not going to be like hyper alert to overly polish everything that comes out of their mouth. And I think that's just kind of what is happening. Page of Pentacles upright. Money bags. No, I'm just kidding. But I do think that this is probably a good month for you financially. There's a lot of smoothness around a lot of areas of your life. There could be some funky energy because a lot of people will be going through it around you if it's not you personally. But for the most part, I would just say just be mindful of how you say things because everyone's kind of going through it, and you could unintentionally say something that you don't mean to someone who's already going through a lot of stuff right now, and it could just explode. So just be careful with that. That's the only thing I would say to really look out for. But yeah, I like this overall vibe for you. I think you guys are literally the luckiest reading out of everyone else. So yeah, I hope you have a good day. I hope you liked this, and I hope you have a great October, and it's a cozy, and you get lots of candy, and I will see you in my next video.